local cable producer. I've been asking a lot of businesses these questions. Today I'm with Greg Holt, owner of Greg's Cylinder Heads and Custom Engine Shop. Thanks for coming out here.
Yeah, thanks for coming out today.
No problem. I'm glad to be here, and you got an awesome shop running. So Greg, can you tell me why you got into this business that you're in?
Well, it's what I did right after high school back in the 70s. Worked in the engine machine shop, and it's what I do. It's in the blood.
So you, I take it you like your business.
Sure.
Is there any particular thing you like doing about it?
Well, it's nice that you can, most people probably say they like being their own boss. Sometimes I don't like being the boss, but I like doing with my hands, making things better than what they were supposed to be, and we get peak performance out of just about everything we touch. It can be a lot of fun.
Making custom pieces here.
Yeah, right.
And you're family owned, no single guy?
Well, I'm married.
Oh, you are married.
So it'd be my wife and I as a family business, but I'm the one and only.
The dog's included.
There's 3 Pomeranians in the front that hold the fort down for me. Let me know when customers are up front.
Yes, they do. They're quite alarming. And did you think it was a good opportunity to get in this business?
Well, for me, one of the first jobs I had being in an engine shop, basically doing that always just was a no-brainer. It seemed like I could make good money doing this. Just along the way, you had to buy a lot of machines. Starting off very small with a $400 loan from a friend that I promptly paid back, and I think it was in the mid-'80s when I started.
Did you find any obstacles along the way? Because your custom shop, you have a lot of pieces.
Not really. It's just paying for all the things and trying to manage yourself. It's not an easy thing to do, is to control everything. You could have a month that sales are down and the bills keep rolling in, so that could be an obstacle. Slow times. When 9/11 hit, it hurt everybody, and
I agree there.
We hung on, and I'm glad I'm still here.
You ever have any doubts about your business along the way? 'Cause like you said, 9/11.
Well, it seems like over the years, car guys would tell me they're going to this style engine and basically telling you what you're doing is going to be obsolete.
But yeah, here you are.
Or it's a hobby in regards to what you're doing. You're not servicing brand new cars. You're doing vintage muscle cars, boats, performance boats, things like that. So there's always work out there. So every couple of years you're shifting gears. What we did 5 years ago, we very seldom ever see. So it always changed. So you have to adapt to the changes.
I was going to ask you that. I know the industry changes with the technology.
Sure.
So as the engines change and everything, you got to adapt, basically.
True. And some of your larger people like some GM, Ford, Roush, they put out crate engines, which are probably 60% of what it will cost me to build a performance or reliable power plant for somebody's car or boat. They're selling them for a lot less. And we thought maybe we'd put a banner out in the front of the shop that we fix crate motors, because they really don't last as long as people think they would. In a couple of years they'll need servicing, so eventually they'll have to come and see us.
Time gets a toll of everybody, I
Sure.
suppose. Did you ever seek advice along the way with your business?
Well, with different trade organizations that we're part of, there's usually seminars. Once a year we'll go to a big trade show and we'll take in as much knowledge as we can. So you're always learning from other people in the industry that maybe had a larger shop that would put on a seminar, so you took in that counsel, you could call it. That's about it. A couple of classes here and there on business and accounting, things like that.
As you build or customize some of these engines and parts, do you seek more horsepower, performance? I'm not exactly familiar on the engine technology.
Well, it could be reliability. Somebody wants their engine to be efficient, not to burn any oil, and make power where they're supposed to be made. And that's what we do.
Do you have a real specialty that seems to be your highlight that everyone comes for? Like your custom head, your custom boring?
It's Greg's Cylinder Heads for a reason, because we specialized in cylinder heads, and I think it was in the year 2000 we took the plunge to make a big investment in other machines that would machine engine blocks. So we went from just doing cylinder heads to doing complete engines. And back at that time, we were doing a lot of 4-cylinder engines that were aluminum heads that would crack from overheat. Where we would cut them apart, TIG weld them, straighten and stress relieve them, and put them back in service. And I've done well over 3,000 of those. But that's a dying art. We'd go from doing 15 to 20 a month to maybe one every month or two. We still do it. That's changed.
Yeah, I agree. You're located here at 18750 Fort Street, Suite 16.
Yeah.
Did you start at this location, or did you
No,
start somewhere else?
I started up in River Rouge. I was there for 6 or 7 years in a small 800 square foot building that you barely moved through.
Sounds like a studio.
You could not walk straight through the building. You're turning your side and walking around pieces, and it was kind of a no-brainer. It was time to leave that area and come here. One of the neighboring businesses was a customer, and when I came down here to visit them, I saw this brand new building. At the time, it was brand new. We're talking 23 years ago, and it was nice. You know, the driveway was perfect, and it's like you had no money to move in and do all the electrical and alarm system, telephone system, and everything just fell into place. It just worked.
So what year did you move into Riverview?
I think it was 1993.
So how long total has your business been in operation?
28 years.
28 years?
Haven't had a boss in 28 years.
Well, you're your own boss. So
Right. So,
unless your wife's your boss sometimes.
well, we work together.
Yeah.
When
That's
mom
good.
is not happy, nobody's happy.
That's
they say.
true. That's what they say. Are you interested in staying in Riverview, or do you plan on moving
Yeah,
out?
I have no thoughts of moving really at all. Could I've owned my own building instead of a lease here? Yes. Do I want to? Not really, because it just doesn't seem like it's profitable. Would I done it 25 years ago? I'd have been happy. But typically, some of the places you would buy a building, they typically go down in value over the years when you think that's going to be your nest egg to retire on, so to speak.
Yeah.
By the time you get there, it's all of a sudden the neighborhood's changed.
As with the lease, they're usually obligated to update and maintain the
Right.
property.
And
So.
the owners in this building here have been very kind to us, willing to work with us. In fact, there's someone here working on things on the building for us today, which is nice. The other thing I like about being in Riverview is the being able to use the boat ramp. That's a big perk. That's like a private club.
It is. It's great access to the river.
Sure.
It's beautiful down there. Nice little picnic area too. Would you recommend any businesses come to Riverview, or a particular type of business?
Well, if anybody asks me, yeah, the climate's decent here. The neighborhood's good. You don't have to worry about too many things around here. And I would say yes. It would depend on what they're doing. I mean, it's not a very big city. I mean, if you go from Pennsylvania down to Sibley, it's one mile.
Yeah.
And we got 4 Coney Island, 1 dialysis clinic, and a couple pharmacies,
A couple other little things.
and a machine shop.
Let's see. If you had a neighboring competitor knock on your door, would you tell them anything in particular?
Neighboring competitor as
Like
my competitor?
Yeah, like someone in the same business as you.
Oh, well, there used to be a couple of shops nearby.
Try working with them?
I worked with them, and I've always been told years ago that there's enough work out here for everybody. And we stick to our guns, so to speak, do what we do, and they do what they do, and usually don't step on anybody's toes because it's a small world out there.
Yeah, I found a lot of people like to network and, hey, I'm too busy, can you take this client? That helps out sometimes.
Yeah, it's good to be able to send people to other shops. If we can't do it, we're too busy, we might tell them to go somewhere else.
Do you have any plans on expanding or opening another location?
No, not on another location, but I could use more space. You never know, you might push one of the neighbors out and build a dyno cell so you can dyno tune engines or something like that.
Lost me there. I have no clue what dyno is. Do you have any particular reason why you think draws clients into your business?
Well, it used to be you pulled in from Yellow Pages ads. Now my primary marketing is the internet through my website, the Greg's Cylinder Head and Custom Engine site.
I'll put that down here for everyone.
Most of the work comes from that or referrals.
Word of mouth is key.
We're a destination. When somebody drives down Fort Street, if they pass our driveway, they're not just going to keep on going to the next engine shop. It's like if you pass, you got to turn around and come find us.
You're kind of off the beaten path of Fort
Yeah.
Street. You're not really easy to locate. But
In one regard, it's kind of nice because I don't have people coming in off the street to come in and just shop stuff and then pull up their smartphone and look on the internet to get it cheaper. You don't have to worry about it. When they're coming here, they're already sold on our craftsmanship. They want us to do their stuff.
well, like you said, you're doing custom work, cylinders and stuff,
Yeah.
and other types. Let's see. If someone called and said, "Hey, Greg, why should I come to your business?" Would you tell them anything particular?
Well, you're going to let them know that the work they're getting, they're probably going to be paying more money through me than someone else, but you're getting a lot more for your money. The type of job, you only want to do it once. You don't want to play around and go 3 or 4 trips back to a salvage yard to buy a used component.
I don't
You're
know.
gonna come here once and
Do
it's
you,
gonna be
do you
right.
offer warranties with some parts? Like you have a
Yeah, you know, on like rebuilt cylinder heads, you'll have maybe a 6-month warranty. The engines, you'll tell a year warranty. And honestly, I've never had to service anybody for warranty.
that's testimonial right there, man.
Very, very few times you've had to do things. It does happen once in a while, but you take care of it. The warranties, basically, there's nothing really printed up on paper to say it's this, that, and I have competitors not near us that offer a 250,000 mile warranty. It's crazy. The manufacturer doesn't even give you that.
No.
You know, mine's a handshake. You have a problem with it, we're going to take care of it.
We tend to buy equipment at the city hall quite a bit, and you'd be surprised at the faulty equipment or the wrong equipment we get when we purchase our stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot
They'll send
of
the wrong
knockoff parts
power.
out there, a lot of imports from out of the country.
Yeah, China reproduction.
Yeah. Nothing worse than a knockoff of a knockoff.
What are your typical hours of operation?
Well, I'm here Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5:30. Those are the posted hours.
Standard time, basically, but you probably spend
Saturday or
extra
weekend,
time.
usually by appointment, that I'll meet somebody here.
Is there anything you think that the city of Riverview can make changes or help your business?
They could probably put a red light out in front of their driveway and make people stop.
See
our sign.
Well, then you get the
Yeah.
old more traffic tend to.
Well, Riverview's been good. The cruises we would have up and down Fort Street a few years back, we put a display out there with a pop-up tent and tables, and we rolled out an engine like this out there, and it was good.
Is this all custom built too, by the way?
Basically, yeah, it's a hand-built, blueprinted 400 Chevy stroker engine with some aluminum heads on it that have to be ported still. So it's in a mock-up stage right now.
Okay.
Meaning the heads and the intake will come back off for further work.
I see some of the machine work on here.
Yeah, well, that's right from the manufacturer.
Okay.
Then certain things will happen to the heads, and we have a SuperFlow flow bench where we monitor the air going in and out of the heads, where we can get a baseline, and then we'll do what we do and make it better.
I think we're about done. Is there anything you might want to add that I didn't ask you, or you want to tell
I mean,
citizens?
I appreciate the community, the fire department, the police here, in general, very good people. Always willing to work with you. No
Touching
problems.
on that, you ever had any issues, ever break-ins or anything like that?
Never. No.
That's a good thing. Well, thank you, Greg. Thanks for
Yeah.
coming on. Thanks for your
Very good.
time.
Thank you very much.
Make sure you stop on down to Greg's Cylinder Heads and Custom Engines.